this is an institution with a difference. This is an institution with a difference because what struck me most, I'm just giving my very frank views to you, that the smiling faces, the lively animated faces, the bright faces of the students here. Till the end of today, that is the third day of visit, and this is the exit, the formal exit meeting, I had visited the canteen and interacted with the students. We interacted, meanwhile, in various ways, we all interacted. They are just brimming with ideas. And they are the asset of this institution. And they are full of aspirations, they are full of ambitions, and they interacted very smartly. The students are very smart here, I must say. We must say, altogether, they are very smart. And they brave the difficulties and obstacles. They never harp, my colleagues will agree with me, they never harp, that is, dwell on, say at length, on the negative aspects of every life has its negative aspects and positive aspects. Life is a mixed bag. No institution is perfect. No institution is just a copybook institution. No human being is perfect. We are all full of, errors, virtues, and also negative things. We all have. But these girls, the girl students here, they brave the obstacles and they smile a lot and they are very happy and they're enjoying their college life like anything. This is really something because, I had worked as Vice Chancellor in many places. Students always, they're full of complaints. Most of them, ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai, ye chahiye, wo chahiye. So, when I talk with them, they change. Some of them, at least 70%, 60% of them change their attitude to life. Life won't come to you with a platter of things. That here is a platter, a tray is full of, treasure and beautiful things, positive things, and you pick and choose and live accordingly. No. Life is struggle, life is effort, life is endeavor, and life is a very strenuous journey. And there are ups and downs. Ups are there, downs are also there, but it doesn't mean that ups are not there. Ups are there. So you move on. So I felt, I don't know, intuitively I felt this kind of spirit among the students here. This is a very, I visited so many places, it's a very unique kind of experience I had. Feeling, perception, intuitive perception of the spirit, the soul of the students here. And you are giving them a very good atmosphere, very good ambience, we all agree. And they are very happy. Even the parents are very happy. The बच्चे इधर ठीक है, सुरक्षित है, and but it's not that they are here within the confines of this campus and they can't think beyond. They think beyond. This afternoon I had an interaction with your esteemed principal. That students were saying this. Just think the level of their thinking, the level of their aspiration, the level of their ambition. You never know. You can never predict. Everything is unpredictable in life. I don't know what is going to happen to me next moment. Nobody knows. Life is very uncertain. But life is always also full of hopes and aspirations. So you never know that a girl from this college becomes a woman, comes out of the college and goes for, in vertical, mobility for another higher level of education. And they develop some acumen. Maybe some teachers motivated her here, and you get the Nobel. There are instances. So they think big. I don't know. It is. I think the kudos to the teachers. The credit goes to the teachers here, those who are working here with a different kind of mission, I must say. Because if you think in a routine manner, in a run-of-the-mill kind of work, that I'm coming and teaching and going back to my home, I don't think the teachers are like that. The teachers have a different aspect. There are many flaws. There are many other things, other negative things, which probably are not, I'm not mentioning here, but probably not really want it probably, right? But at the same time, they're doing their duties wholeheartedly and with a missionary zeal, I would say. And otherwise, they could not have, the students could not have got this kind of zealous aspiration. It seems that they can brave everything. They don't care for any challenges. It's not that they want this, that. No, it's not like that. So that is the aspect of the students which we liked very much, and I personally liked very much, and I'm sure that my colleagues also will agree with me. We discussed that the students are really, really very unique here. So I salute the students of this college, and given the ideal circumstances, and we are not, nobody is born with ideal circumstances. Ideal circumstances need to be created, need to be built. So given the ideal circumstances, I'm sure the students of this college would go a long way. So that is my hope. Apart from the students, I'd say that also you need, there's a kind of 3-pillared, 4-pillared system in any higher education institution, that the non-teaching staff is there, and the management is there, and of course the other regulatory bodies are there. So these are what we found. There are some impediments, there are some obstacles, you are facing some difficulties, some challenges, but I'm sure that you are working with a mission that you really care for the true empowerment of women. So I'm sure that you will overcome all these difficulties after the NAAC accreditation is done. Because there are steps, first phase, second phase, like that. So this is the 18th year of the college, maybe. And maybe in another 5 years' time. In fact, if you think in terms of infinity or in terms of time, 18 years actually, colleges and universities, the higher education institutions are timeless institutions. Will come and go, but the institution will remain. And the girls who are passing, away, and they will just come back. They'll get back to the institution in many, very many different ways. Alumni of this institution. They will never forget these days. And the faculty will come, the faculty will retire in course of time, but the institution will remain. So 18 years, we say that 18 years, my God, no. 18 years, if you think in that manner, 18 years is just a very minute particle of time in terms of the vast continuum of time we are living in. It's nothing. So, we should not think that 18 years, what we have done, only 2 to 3 years you'll be started working, but it depends, time is relative. That what you have not been able to do in the course of, say, like last 18 years, for very many reasons, maybe in the coming 3 or 4 years, you do a lot of work which could have been done in the course of a decade, 10 years. You do 10 years work within 4 years. We can do. Sometimes you do a lot of work yourself, an individual. You do so many multitasking one day, and din bharpoor ho jata kaam. So you feel good that itna kaam maine kar liya. So you feel good, you feel satisfied. Similarly, I'm sure that the management, the authority, the faculty, the non-teaching staff, they will also feel good that if they go along the right track in the future. So what are the impediments, what are the obstacles, what, in our own small capacity, this entire peer team, we have suggested, we are here to give you suggestions only, just to guide the right direction. We are not speaking from a pedestal, we are not coming from a different planet. I don't feel that way. We are one of you. But since we have got a bit of experience, we are suggesting something. That these are your difficulties, you pick and choose, you go along the right track, you do this. And now, actually, at this point of time, in a country like India, as far as the higher education institutions are running, there is absolutely no dearth of funds. If somebody says, "Nahi, paisa nahi hai, kar nahi paya," no, absolutely not. If you have a will, there's a way, there's money. The authorities, the many regulatory bodies, the ministry here, there, they're sitting with it. But you should know how to utilize them. You should know the right way, the right person, the right track, and you will get the job done. And I'm sure, since this is a women's college, and you are dedicated, your vision is to women empowerment, I'm sure that you can take it a long way. Nobody is going to say no to you, I'm sure. Nobody is going to say no to you if the person cares for the development of the nation. Because the nation does not develop without the development of women. It's like, as Swami Vivekananda said, it's like the two wings of a bird. A bird cannot fly with one wing. So the two wings you need. Each is complementary. So one is complementary to the other, the two wings. So without one wing, you cannot move forward, you cannot progress. Similarly, nobody, since this is a college, women's college, and you are working towards women empowerment, in true sense of the term, by doing something. It's not that you are giving theoretical lectures and bhashan there. No, you are doing something, and with great difficulty, we can see that. So, nobody is going to say no to you. Those who care for the development of the nation. I agree. I would like to say only two things. I don't want to prolong this speech. Speech becomes very tedious if it becomes long. So I just want to say two things. We should know that we are living in the best of times, but at the same time, we are living in the worst of times. Best of times because we are living in an ICT-enabled world, very easy, digital world. You press the button and you reach the entire world. That is a silent revolution brought about by ICT. That is one thing. So this is the best of time, very easy. We could not think of many things even 15 years ago or 20 years ago. The grandchildren will be doing these things now. So it's a great revolution, silent but very powerful. That is number one. And number two, the entire world is now shrunk into a village. The globalization of higher education. And so higher education has undergone a sea change, a huge transformation. And it is changing every day. As a person with an open mind learns every day of his or her life, similarly, we, in order to manage this change, we have to learn the change in higher education, which are still undergoing. What you are teaching today, maybe 1 month later or 6 months later, that becomes obsolete. There's a move on. There's a huge progress going on. So we have to keep abreast of what is going on. So, two things must be done. Since the students of this college, we found very ambitious, full of aspirations, full of hopes, and they want to see the world. But at the same time, they're very much focused on the context. They have got very good education, I must say, very holistic education. That is, you also stress value education. We found the girls here very well behaved. They have, that kind of value education instilled into them by the family, by the college, by their friends. So it is evident in their behavior. So they should be rooted mentally, of course, in my own culture, in my own customs, in my own context, but at the same time, I should have the wings to fly to the entire world. So education must have this kind of synergy, this kind of connection. And it's very easy these days because we are living in a digitally driven world. This is the best of times. So why did I say it's a paradox that while you're living in the worst of times, people are educated and the entire developed countries, you take the percentage of higher education is much higher than us. And they are very smart people, very efficient people. But why there's so much violence in the world, so much atrocity, and so much unkindness, and atrocious incidents taking place one after another? And not only I'm talking about incidents and events, I'm talking about the feelings, the love for each other, the consideration for each other.